For decades, Tommy Lee Jones has been known as one of Hollywood's toughest and most uncompromising actors. A man whose stone-faced intensity and commanding presence made him unforgettable in classics like The Fugitive, No Country for Old Men, and Men in Black. But behind the scenes, Jones also earned a reputation for being notoriously difficult to work with. He demands professionalism, hates nonsense, and expects everyone on set to match his level of commitment. Yet even by his own high standards, there was one woman in Hollywood he clashed with more than anyone else, and the story behind their bitter feud is as explosive as his screen performances. It all began during the filming of the 1997 blockbuster Batman Forever. Jones was cast as the flamboyant villain Two-Face, while Jim Carrey played his chaotic rival, the Riddler. The movie's high energy and comic book tone clashed sharply with Jones's serious acting approach. But while Jones's friction with Carrey has long been public knowledge, there was another figure on set who truly rubbed him the wrong way. A powerful woman in Hollywood who wasn't afraid to stand up to him. Producer Arlene Sugar, one of Warner Brothers' top creative executives at the time. According to several people who worked on the production, Jones and Sugar's relationship quickly turned toxic. She reportedly challenged his behavior on set, his temper, his criticism of co-stars, and his tendency to ignore direction. She was one of the few who wasn't intimidated by him, one insider later revealed. She told him straight out, "You're not above the movie, Tommy." That didn't sit well with him. Jones, who was known for his short fuse, allegedly took the confrontation personally. He stopped speaking to Sugar directly and would send messages through assistants rather than engage with her face-to-face. It was pure tension, another crew member recalled. He respected strength, but he also hated being told what to do, especially by someone who wasn't an actor. In later years, Jones hinted at his frustration with the studio system and producers who, in his view, didn't understand performance. While he never mentioned Sugar by name, fans pieced together that she was likely the one he had in mind when he spoke bitterly about certain people behind the camera who think they can direct from a desk. But this wasn't an isolated incident. Over the years, Tommy Lee Jones has built a reputation for being fiercely independent, even hostile toward people he believes compromise artistic integrity. Directors like Joel Schumacher and Oliver Stone have both described him as brilliant but volatile. Still, those who worked closest with him insist that when he disliked someone, it was rarely out of cruelty. It was about principle. "Tommy doesn't hate easily," said one longtime collaborator. "If he hated you, it's because you crossed a line of honesty or respect." That's why his feud with Sugar, the only woman he reportedly couldn't stand, stood out so starkly. She wasn't disrespectful, but she challenged him in ways few dared to. In Jones's world, that was enough to make her his enemy. He saw it as a power struggle, a Warner Brothers source said, and Tommy doesn't lose those. After Batman Forever, the two never worked together again. Jones went on to a series of acclaimed performances: Men in Black, U.S. Marshals, The Fugitive, while Sugar quietly shifted to producing smaller projects. Insiders say that whenever Jones's name came up in meetings, she would simply smile and say, "He's a great actor, but not for me." In more recent interviews, Jones has mellowed with age, though his no-nonsense attitude remains intact. Now, in his late 70s, he lives a quiet life on his Texas ranch, far from the chaos of Hollywood. When asked about his reputation for being difficult, he once replied, "I'm not difficult. I just know what I want, and I don't tolerate lies."